What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm very much in the fall spirit. Like it's fall vibes everywhere. I thought it'd be fun to pick out some eyeshadow palettes that I think are best for the fall, like very fall themed colors, and just put you into a good fall-y spirit. I just filmed the look that I'm wearing right now, so not only will all the products I'm wearing be listed below in the description box, but if that video is already posted before this one, I'll link it up there in the card and also in the description box. So yeah, all the products I'm talking about today will be linked below in the description box, and if I have any videos where I filmed like doing a tutorial or something with them, then I'll link that below with the products, so it'll be nice and organized. So let's start small to big. So if you haven't tried the 6-pan palettes from Essence yet, these are a hit, okay? These are like $4 at Ulta, and the quality of these is amazing. They're pigmented, they're smooth, they're soft, easy to work with. So the first one I have is Bronze This Way. This is more of a rosy mauve bronze undertone palette. So you can create some really pretty looks with this. Like with the variety of shimmers in here, there's different directions you can take despite it being a smaller palette. But I mean, just such pretty tones. Like you don't see tones like this very often in the drugstore. But if you want to dabble in some color a little bit, like if you want to kind of get creative without breaking the bank, I would say try Dancing Greens. it's olivey, it's forest greenish. You could create some beautiful looks with this. Like this would be so unique, and I feel like the tones, they're paired, the color story is just, it's on point. Nice little change of pace. Next up for the smaller palettes edition, we have the Believe Beauty eyeshadow palette in the shade Lovestruck. So you can only find Believe Beauty in store. I can't link you to them online or anything. But yeah, here's 5 of the 6 shades. The only one I'm missing is that light taupey brown up there, which is pretty basic. But yeah, this is just such a pretty take on fall, and this looks like I'm swatching an expensive like Natasha Denona palette or something. This one also offers a little bit of variety outside of the typical golds and orangey tones. I mean, you do have an orange in here. This is a really unique color. It's like a light burnt peach, and it pairs really well, surprisingly, with the magenta raspberry tones in here. And this one right here is one of my favorite tones of all time. It's like a mauvey, bronzy undertone taupe. Like it's like a warm taupe, and it's $5. Okay, this is $5 freaking. Next up is the Covergirl True Naked Desert Heat palette, and this one really shocked me. I don't look at Covergirl as one of those brands that I go to for eyeshadows, but this is good. I mean, I hate the fact that the pan size is so small. Like it's really hard to get a fluffy brush in there without getting into something else, but the mattes are smooth. They're easy to work with. They're these really nice, like rich, warm tones, but you've also got a couple of neutrals in there too to kind of tone it down a little bit. Here's the shimmers. I feel like you can't really see a whole lot about them on the back. Like I can't contort my hand enough. They're just so soft and smooth and buttery. Again, they are a little flaky. Like there is a lot of fallout on my desk right now, but that's okay. I'll get past it. It's a good formula. By the way, since no one really mentions this whenever they're going from, you know, swatch to swatch, I am using a rag to wipe my swatches off, and I'm drying it off before I move on to the next palette, because, you know, I feel like the first thing I think of is, okay, did you swatch that on a wet hand? Because that's gonna make the eyeshadow look better. So I'm not doing that. I'm swatching it on dry skin, so I just want you to know what I'm doing behind the scenes. Next up is the Colourpop Set in Stone palette. So this one isn't just perfect for fall, it's perfect for every day. This is one that can carry you throughout the entire year, but you do have some more, you know, warmer fall tones in here that make it, you know, just put you in the fall vibes mood. There's what it looks like in its entirety. I think I did miss like one dark brown shade, so that was my bad. The range in here and the curation of these is perfect. Like it is phenomenal. You've got the perfect shimmer to matte ratio. I also love that the formulation and the color story is perfect for every skin tone. If you want to buy a palette, but you don't want to buy one that, you know, you're just gonna feel like using in the fall, this one. Next up is the one that I'm wearing on my eyes right now, and today was my first time using this, and automatic wow factor. Like I was mind blown from the first shadow. This is the LA Girl Keep It Playful eye palette in the shade Foreplay. So if you're looking for the perfect warm tone orangey bronzy palette, this is it. This is she. I was blown away, especially by the shimmers in here, because this is dry. This is dry, apply with my finger. It's not wet. I didn't use a brush. It was just super easy. They fuse into each other extremely well. I'm not gonna swatch it. I'm gonna leave that to the video that I just did right here. I need more, okay? I need more LA Girl palettes like this. This one's broken. We do have a missing shade, but this is the Rubies palette from Profusion. Again, this is like $5. You can find this at Walmart, and I think you can find these on Amazon as well. Everything will be linked below, but if you like red tones, which I do in the fall specifically, then this is your red tone palette, okay? You've got red tones that's really hard to find at the drugstore especially. You've got purpley burgundy tones. You've got an orange in here. There was a shimmer right there that's really pretty, but it's gone. This one has some variety. You got, you know, just some pizzazz in here. And again, it's really hard to find color stories like this at the drugstore or just anywhere for an affordable price. And then I have the Aurora palette from Alter Ego. So this is another one that it's pretty fall specific for me. Like I don't really feel like using this any other time but the fall, but this one. This is so enhancing of my eye color. Like whenever I use this, my eyes just sparkle and pop. The pairing of the mustard yellows with the raspberry purple and the maroon and the orange and just the shimmers are perfect. Like this is such an amazing and unique palette. So yeah, shimmers up top, some of the mattes on the bottom. Like can you see the vision? Can you see the endless possibilities with this? I'm gonna start picking up the pace a little bit because I feel like this is gonna be too long of a video if I spend too much time on each one. So the next one I have is the Catrice Neon Earth palette. So you can find this on Amazon. They used to be sold at Ulta, but no more. Beautiful, rich tones, like that red in there is just absolute perfection. You've got an orange, good browns. Once again, this is one that you don't have to just wear it in the fall. Like, you do have your more fall tones in here, like this red. This red is perfection. I know everyone's kind of leery of red because it is hard to pull off, and I feel like you're kind of more in the mood for red whenever you're wearing red, but this one's gonna be more for this one's less spicy. The Rubies palette from Profusion is definitely more on the spicy side, so if you're willing to get creative and be very vibrant and bold, then do this one. But if you're more like me and you just want a pop of red, like you don't want it to be too standoutish, but you want it to emphasize your eyes and be a little bit different, look at that. So moving into some bigger palettes now. The first one I have is the Colourpop Rock Candy palette. I feel like we're starting to see more of grungy, gray, cool tones in the fall. Like just kind of like that smoky, like, ooh, the wind is blowing, there's a breeze outside kind of feel. Not everyone wants to rock warm tones in the fall. Some people just can't pull them off, to be honest. Like I cannot pull off orangey tones whenever I'm super pale, which getting there. Some of us just don't look good in bright oranges or just warm tones in general. So this one's for you. This one has everything you could possibly think of. Like if you like taupes, if you like lighter pink shades, mauves, you know, kind of like lilac undertone shades. You've got black, you've got browns, you've got grayish browns, you've got gunmetal bluish tones. You've got an amazing assortment of shimmers in here. Like this is an all-encompassing palette. This next one is very, very special. This is one that I feel like encompasses all the fall tones in one. This is the Profusion Mirage palette. So this is $13. You can find this at Walmart and on Amazon. I did a look with this several years ago. I'm gonna link that video up here. That was one of my favorite looks of all time. Like whenever I wore that, I just felt so confident. Like I just felt so creative and just very artistic. You've got purple tones, you've got burgundies, you've got maroon reds, you've got golds, mustards, oranges. You have your basic tones like your champagnes and golds, like light gold, stuff like that. But you also have these really unique shimmery shades. This is kind of like MAC blue brown. You have this one up here that's kind of like a purpley blue with like a reddish pinkish iridescence. Super unique. That they pair well with everything in here. And then the pressed glitters in here, they're so nice. Like these are just like, how are they doing it for the price? If you're just gonna choose one palette, like you just wanna kind of dabble in color for the fall, but you don't wanna have like 10 different palettes, then I would say this one. So I saved the best for last. This is my current favorite palette. Like this is the one that if I had to get rid of all my palettes in my collection, this is the only one I need. And that's saying a lot because I'm indecisive. The LA Girl Sunkissed Glow palette. It's more like a wearable fall palette. Like there's not a super bright orange in here. There's not any red tones. It's perfect for every day. You can create so much with this. You have bronzy tones of different undertones. You have different champagne undertones in here. The mattes are perfection. Literally probably my favorite matte formula that I've tried in a very, very long time. Like this does not feel like a drugstore palette. So I'm gonna link the video that I first used this in up here and I created a look with it. Like I'm using this almost every single day. It's my all-time favorite. Yeah, leave me in the comments below your favorite eyeshadow palette for the fall. I wanna know what everyone else is rocking. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Here's a couple more things for you to check out next. So just venture around the channel, make yourself at home. Subscribe if you're not already and turn the notification on to always see my stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.